Hello everyone. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are doing great. Welcome to Net Study Plan Day 20. We have wonderfully covered 20 days of our Net Study Plan. Welcome all of you to Day 20 of our Net Study Plan. And as you all know, we are doing literary theory presently. All right, so welcome all of you. And I really hope all of you are revising well and relaxing. All right, so shall we start? Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so today we are doing Net Study Plan Day 20, Psychoanalytic Theory, Marxism and Feminism. All right, okay, so let's start. And let me also see what you guys are saying. All right, are you guys excited for today's session? Good evening, everyone. Hi. Hello. Okay. So here is the first question for today. Okay. Choose the wrong statement about psychoanalytic criticism. So you guys have to choose which is the wrong statement here. Literary criticism influenced by the tradition of psychoanalysis was started by Sigmund Freud. Is it true? Let's see. Next. It involves psychoanalytic reading of the author or a character. Is it true? Next. Literary texts like dreams express the unconscious desires or neuroses of the author. And lastly, we have Freud's theories present our conscious speech as the ultimate source of assessing human thought and behavior. So guys, tell me, which is the wrong statement here? Yes, option D is wrong. All of you have said it correctly. Option D is wrong. Because according to Freud, our unconscious is the ultimate source of assessing our thought and behavior, and not our conscious speech. Yes, option D is wrong. Okay, all of you have answered correctly. Great. So let's move on to the next question. I hope all of you can see the question properly, right? Yes, it's visible. Okay. In this work, Freud states his views on the broad question of man's place in the world. A place Freud defines in terms of ceaseless conflict between the individual's quest for freedom and society's demand for conformity. So in this work, Freud actually comments about the dilemma a man constantly lives in, where he's torn between this quest for freedom for his self, for his individual self, and on the other hand, a need to conform to the societal demands. So you guys have to tell me in which work Freud talks about this thing. The interpretation of dreams, totem and taboo, beyond the pleasure principle, or is it civilization and its discontents? Which work is it? All of you are saying D, 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 D. All of you are sure it's D? Sure, pakka? Okay, so let's see what's the answer. Okay. Yes, you guys are right. It's option D. Civilization and its discontents is the work where Freud talks about this constant dilemma man suffers from. where he is also in a need or in a quest for his own freedom, and also this constant need to conform to the demands of society. Okay, guys, tell me, among all these four options which you see here, which work of Freud was published in 1900? Can you tell me which of his works was published in 1900? Among these four works, we see here The Interpretation of Dreams, Totem and Taboo, Beyond the Pleasure Principle. Which work was published in 1900? It's a very popular work. It's The Interpretation of Dreams. Yes, it's option A. The Interpretation of Dreams was published in 1900. Very good. Okay, let's move on to the next question. See, which among the following is not a stage of our psychosexual development according to Freud? So guys, as we all know, Freud has said that every person or every individual goes through 5 stages of psychosexual development from his or her birth up until adulthood, right? So you guys have to tell me which among this is not a stage of our psychosexual development. Oral stage, anal stage, cerebral stage, genital stage. All of you have started answering. See. Yes, let's see. It is cerebral stage, which is not a part of our psychosexual development. And see, here we have our 5 stages of psychosexual development. First, oral phase, anal phase, phallic phase, latent phase, and lastly, genital phase. Yes, awesome, great. So let's see next question. It's a very interesting thing. Let's see. Let's read, okay? Dash is a Freudian concept of an instance where something can be familiar yet foreign at the same time, resulting in a feeling of it being uncomfortably strange or uncomfortably familiar. So, what is it? What is that situation where something even very familiar to us can seem a bit strange, can seem a bit uncomfortably strange? So, what situation can be that? Parapraxis, uncanny, melancholia, or defamiliarization. We have to remember it's a Freudian concept. Freud has talked about this concept. It is. All of you are saying B, uncanny. Yes, you guys are correct. It is uncanny. And see, here you can see the book, The Uncanny. The Uncanny. Correct. Next. Which concept among the following is not associated with Carl Jung? We all know Carl Jung, right? So which concept was he not associated with? Collective unconscious, archetype, psychic determinism, or animus and anima? I think he did talk about collective unconscious, right? The collective unconscious of the human kind or mankind. He did talk about archetypes, like how there are certain archetypes, be it in literature, right? Like the wise old man, the cruel stepmother. He did talk about animus and anima, right? The hidden feminine and masculine components. But did he talk about psychic determinism? What do you guys think? Yes, let's see. All of you are saying, many of you are saying psychic determinism. Is it true? We will see now. It is psychic determinism. It's a concept which was talked about by Freud. which was talked about by Freud. It's the idea, or it's a theory, which says that it is our unconscious which determines our behavior, our thought process, our individuality. So, this concept of psychic determinism is not associated with Carl Jung, it is associated with Freud. Here we can see Freud, see? Right? Are you guys enjoying the questions? Do you guys like the questions? If yes, then will you please like the video? Okay, great. All right. So next, the central pillar of Jacques Lacan's psychoanalytic theory is that the unconscious is structured like a dash. What is our unconscious structured like according to Lacan? Is it structured like iceberg, language, reservoir, or mask? We all know this famous statement, right, by Lacan, where he said that our unconscious is structured like the language. Jacques Lacan's famous statement is that, see, the unconscious is structured like a language. Here we can see. Right? Okay. Next. In the essay Dash, Derrida had criticized Lacan's reading of Poe's The Purloined Letter. So we all know that Lacan very famously analyzed Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Purloined Letter. Now you guys have to tell me in which essay Derrida had criticized this. The Gift of Death, The Purveyor of Truth, Margins of Philosophy, or The Truth in Painting? In which essay Derrida had criticized Lacan's reading of Poe's The Purloined Letter? Many of you are saying B. Okay. Then D, D, B, C, B, B, B. Okay. Let's see what the answer is. Okay. All right. It is The Purveyor of Truth. It is The Purveyor of Truth. It's an essay by Derrida, where he had criticized Lacan's reading of Poe's very famous short story, The Purloined Letter. Okay. Can you guys tell me who is the detective character in The Purloined Letter? Who is the detective character in The Purloined Letter? Who is solving this mystery of this stolen letter? Can you guys tell me who is the detective character created by Poe in The Purloined Letter? Yes, right. Yes, Auguste Dupin. Auguste Dupin is the detective character in Poe's The Purloined Letter. Great, great, great. Okay. Next. All these statements are true except dash. So from these statements, you have to find which is the wrong statement. Okay. So the first statement is, a baby is born in the real stage where his or her life is driven by needs and lived in unity with the mother. Okay, that's the first statement. Next, in the imaginary stage, the baby develops a sense of self, a self that is created in the realm of language or the signifier. Okay, Next statement is the imaginary, sorry, just the imaginary stage constitutes Lacan's version of the ego, but the self moves from primal needs to demands. Is it true that in the imaginary stage, we move from our very primary needs to demands? Is it true? Next, the imaginary stage depends on a division between self and the other, but this division already relies on reference to the other. So among these statements, which statement is wrong? Which statement is wrong? All of you are saying B, 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 B. Many of you are saying C. Okay. Yes, it's in the middle stage. Which thing do we do not see in the imaginary stage? It is option B. Because in the imaginary stage, there is no play of language. Language only comes in the scenario in the symbolic stage. A baby starts learning language or participating in the world of language only in the symbolic stage. There is no language in the imaginary stage. So option B is wrong. Correct. Many of you have answered correctly. Good. Next. Wow. I think this looks interesting. Often considered as the best study of the working class in Victorian England. So it's the best study of the working class life. In Victorian England, it was written during the author's stay in Manchester from 1842 to 44 and was published in 1845. Which work is this? Mary Barton, The Condition of the Working Class in England, The Making of the English Working Class, or The Uses of Literacy? Which work among the following, often considered as the best study of the Victorian working class, was published in 1845? Yes, many of you have started answering. B, 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 C, B, B, B. Mary Barton, B, C. Mixture of options. B, 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 C, B. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. The answer is The Condition of the Working Class in England by Friedrich Engels. The Condition of the Working Class in England by Friedrich Engels was published in 1845, and it is often considered as the best study of the Victorian working class. Can you guys tell me who wrote Mary Barton or A Tale of Manchester Life? Who wrote Mary Barton? It is by, yes, it is by Elizabeth Gaskell. Mary Barton or A Tale of Manchester Life. The Making of the English Working Class is by E.P. Thompson. And The Uses of Literacy is by Richard Hogarth. Right. And The Condition of the Working Class in England is by Friedrich Engels, as you guys can see in this cover here. And it was published in 1845. Great. Next question. All right. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. Very powerful statement, right? It actually gives you goosebumps. There's force of the statement, right? These are the closing lines of which work? The Holy Family, the German Ideology, the Communist Manifesto, or Dialectics of Nature? Here we can see two absolute stalwarts of Marxism, right? Marx and Engels. And these works, all of these works, I think here, were written by them together. Marx and Engels, right? You guys have to tell me which work among the following has these closing lines. Working men of all countries unite. Yes, absolutely. We can't go wrong with this, right? There's none other than the Communist Manifesto. Communist Manifesto. Wonderful. See, this is the Jericho Publishing House covering of the Communist Manifesto, which celebrates 200th birth anniversary. Wow, lovely, right? Great. Next. Karl Marx had used the term dash to denote the viewing of human products and social relations as fixed objective or natural entities. Which term is that? Abjection, reification, vorticism, verisimilitude. Which term is that which has been used by Marx to refer to this process where all our human products and our social relations, yes, are seen as fixed objectives? They lost this human touch in the process. Yes, right. All of you have started answering. C, D, C, B, B. Most of you are saying B, right? Are you all sure it's B? D, vorticism. Okay. Okay. I think we are confused, right? Are we confused? Okay, let's see. It is reification. Reification, according to Marx, is the process which denotes how our human products and social relations are seen as fixed objectives. In a capitalist modern society, all our relations gradually lose this human touch. Like as we saw in the last picture, when a pizza guy is delivering the pizza, we don't really care about that delivery guy, right? All we care about is that pizza. That's reification. We don't care about humans anymore. What we care about are the products, the commodities which we get in exchange of money, right? Guys, who talked about this concept of abjection? Who talked about this concept of abjection? Do you guys know? I think we know who talked about abjection, right? It was? Yes. Many of you have started answering. It is Kristeva. It is Kristeva who talked about abjection. Julia Kristeva who talked about abjection. Right. Okay. Next question. Okay, big question. History and class consciousness. Studies in Marxist dialectics. Remember this title, okay? Very long title. History and Class Consciousness. Studies in Marxist Dialectics. It's a 1923 book by whom? It's a book by Dash, where the author re-emphasizes Hegel's influence on Marx and also analyzes the concept of class consciousness and attempts a philosophical justification of Bolshevism. So many things are happening in this work. History and class consciousness is written by whom? Where the author talks about how Marx was inspired by Hegel. He also talks about the concept of class consciousness, which is a very important aspect of Marxism. And he also philosophically justifies Bolshevism. Who wrote this work? History and Class Consciousness. I can give you one hint. He was Hungarian. Whoever the writer is, he was Hungarian, and he very famously wrote the book, The Theory of the Novel, which was a groundbreaking study in the theory of the novel, obviously. And the book was called The Theory of the Novel. Now, I think you guys can guess easily. Yes, many of you are saying it is Lukács. It is Lukács. See the cover. History and Class Consciousness by Georg Lukács. And he very famously wrote The Theory of the Novel. He was Hungarian. Okay? Please remember this work. It's very important. History and Class Consciousness. History and Class Consciousness. Where he has also talked about how Marx was inspired by Hegel's dialectical theory. His theory of dialectics inspired Marx to a great extent. Right? All right. Next. Now it's an easy question, I think. Who among the following was not a member of the Frankfurt School? We all know Frankfurt School was very popular, right? There were a group of social scientists and theorists. You have to tell me who among the following was not a part of that group. Erich Fromm, Herbert Marcuse, James Connolly, Leo Lowenthal. Who was not a part of this group? Yes. We know that Erich Fromm was there. Herbert Marcuse was there. Leo Lowenthal was also there. Yes, you guys are right. It is option C, James Connolly. He was not a part of that group. Can you guys tell me who are the other members of the group? We know there was Erich Fromm, Herbert Marcuse, Leo Lowenthal. Then there was Theodor Adorno, Max Horkheimer. Then there was Walter Benjamin, right? But James Connolly was not a part of the Frankfurt School. Great. Next question. We just talked about Frankfurt School and now we have this great work before us. Dialectic of Enlightenment. One of the most popular works, right? Okay. So Dialectic of Enlightenment is a work of philosophy and social criticism written by Frankfurt School philosophers Adorno and Horkheimer. It was first published in which year? You guys have to tell me this work, this very popular work, Dialectic of Enlightenment, was first published in which year? All of you are answering. All of you are saying 1944. Many of you are saying B, B, B. Many of you are saying C, C, C. Okay, let's see. Yes, it is 1944. It's a very important work, right? Dialectic of Enlightenment by Max Horkheimer and Adorno, where they talked about this very important concept of the culture industry. So please remember the year 1944. See, Adorno and Horkheimer here in this picture. They're shaking hands together. Cute, right? Yes. Okay, next question. The term dash was used by Walter Benjamin in his essay, The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction, to denote the unique existence of a work of art in time and space. I think we all know this. Which term was used by Walter Benjamin in his essay, The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction, to refer to that unique essence a work of art possesses in a particular time and space? Yes, we all know it. It is aura, right? It is aura. See, here in a gallery, there is this beautiful painting and a woman is clicking picture of it, which thereby actually destroys the aura of that piece of art. And that's what Benjamin is saying, that this modern era where works of art are proliferating very frantically through our mechanical modes of reproduction, this actually destroy the aura of the works of art. Obviously, it leads to the democratization of art and culture. It obviously democratizes, right, the arts and culture. But it also destroys the aura of the works of art. Can you guys tell me, what do you mean by Aufklärung? What is Aufklärung? Do you guys know? What is Aufklärung? It is the German term for enlightenment. The German term for enlightenment. Right? Yes. Next. Which among the following is an example of repressive state apparatus as per Louis Althusser? We all know Louis Althusser talked about repressive state apparatus and ideological state apparatus. So which among the following is an example of repressive state apparatus? Education, religion, police, media. Yes, education is an example of ideological state apparatus. Same goes for religion and media. These three are examples of ideological state apparatus. But police is an example of a repressive state apparatus. Police, court, army, they are examples of repressive state apparatus, as propounded by Louis Althusser. Louis Althusser. Okay, another big question for us. Eros and Civilization, a philosophical inquiry into Freud, is a book by Dash, in which the author proposes a non-repressive society and attempts a synthesis of the theories of Marx and Freud. So who wrote this work, Eros and Civilization? But the author talks about a non-repressive society and attempts to synthesize and bring together the theories of Marx and Freud. Who wrote Eros and Civilization? Yes, it is. All of you are saying correctly. It is Herbert Marcuse. See, Herbert Marcuse. He also wrote about one-dimensional man. It's a very important work by Marcuse. Do you guys know Herbert Marcuse is called the father of Dash? What will you say? Herbert Marcuse is called the father of Dash. He was called the father of the New Left. The New Left, a group which grew out of the dissatisfaction with orthodox Marxism. New Left refers to a group of theorists and social critics who left or who were dissatisfied with orthodox Marxism, and they formed this group of the New Left. And Herbert Marcuse is called the father of the New Left. The father of the New Left. Very good. Okay. Next question. Okay, so now we will do feminism. We have done psychoanalytic theory. We have done Marxism. And now it's time for feminism. Right. Let's see. The phrase, "the personal is political," was popularized by the feminist Dash. And this phrase has been repeatedly described as a defining characterization of second wave radical feminism and women's studies, or feminism in general. Which is that phrase of the second wave feminism, which calls for the radical feminism? Who popularized this or who used this phrase? Betty Friedan, Carol Hanitz, bell hooks, or none of the above? Hanitz, B-A-A-B-A-A. Okay. A. Many of you are saying A, many of you are saying B. Many of you are saying A. Okay. Let's see. It is Carol Hanitz who used this phrase. The personal is political. The personal is political. Carol Hanitz. Okay? Okay. Next. The Subjection of Women is an essay by English philosopher and political economist John Stuart Mill, which was published in Dash. Another very important work. So in which year was it published? 1848, 1855, 1860, or 1869? In which year was this essay published by J.S. Mill? The Subjection of Women. The Subjection of Women was published in? All of you are going with D. All of you are going with D, right? 1869. Oh, see? It is there in the cover only. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, it is in 1869 that this work was published by J.S. Mill. Very important work. J.S. Mill also talked about utilitarianism. He also wrote, yes, Shweta, you are correct. He also wrote On Liberty. Very good. Nice. Okay, next. Another iconic statement by an iconic woman who said that one is not born, but rather becomes a woman. I think we all know this. We all know this, right? Who said this? Virginia Woolf, Kate Millett, Simone de Beauvoir, or Mary Wollstonecraft? Who gave this iconic statement that one is not born but rather becomes a woman? It is, we all know this, yes. It cannot be anyone else but Simone de Beauvoir, who in her classic work, The Second Sex, made this statement, right? Yes, we cannot go wrong with this. It's a classic work and an iconic statement by an iconic woman. Simone de Beauvoir is The Second Sex. Guys, tell me, what did Kate Millett write? Where she attacked D.H. Lawrence. And he said that they have presented sex in a very derogatory manner. In which work did Kate Millett say that? Yes, it was in Kate Millett's Sexual Politics. Kate Millett's Sexual Politics. Right. Okay. Next question. Which author among the following has not been discussed in Elaine Showalter's A Literature of Their Own? Charlotte Bronte, George Eliot, Elizabeth Gaskell, Maria Edgeworth. We all know that Elaine Showalter very famously wrote A Literature of Their Own, where she has talked about many women novelists. But she has not talked about which writer among the following. Is it Charlotte Bronte, or George Eliot, or Gaskell, or Maria Edgeworth? Yes, I think it's very easy to guess, right? Who she has not talked about in this work. Yes, it is Maria Edgeworth. She has not talked about Maria Edgeworth in this book anywhere. It is Maria Edgeworth. The other she writers she has discussed about. Correct. Okay, this is interesting. See, so many circle. And we will get to know what these circles are showing. It is showing something, right? Okay. Intersectionality is a branch of feminism which asserts that discrimination based on all aspects of social and political identities such as gender, sexuality, race, class, disability, etc. overlap. Who coined the term intersectionality? Angela McRobbie, Angela Carter, Kimberly Crenshaw, or Todil Moore. And here we see there's circles, racial identity, gender, nationality, disability, sexuality. They all are overlapping each other. They're not really exclusive, right? They're overlapping each other. And all of you are correct. It is none other than option C, Kimberly Crenshaw, who coined the term intersectionality. Okay. And here we are. The phrase lesbian continuum was coined by Dash in her essay, Compulsory Heterosexuality and Lesbian Existence. So, who coined this term? Lesbian continuum. Is it Susan Faludi, Kate Millett, Sandra Gilbert, or Adrienne Rich? Who coined the term lesbian continuum in her essay Compulsory Heterosexuality and Lesbian Existence? Yes, all of you are saying it is D. And it is D. And see, her book Compulsory Heterosexuality and Lesbian Existence by Adrienne Rich. And that's the end for today. I really hope you guys like this session. I really hope you guys like the questions today. I really loved how you guys participated in this quiz today. All of you were answering so enthusiastically. It's such a treat. And if you guys like the video, will you please hit the like button also? That would be amazing. Because I really hope you guys enjoyed the session and you guys liked the questions. Thank you so much, guys, for joining our session, for staying with us. We love it. It means a lot to us. Because we wait for this 9 p.m. every day. That, okay, at 9 p.m. we will meet everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. And please relax. Everything is going to be fine. After this, take a break and then you can again study and revise. Everything is going to be just fine. All right. I love seeing you guys commenting. It's so lovely to see you all commenting at the same time, synchronous media. All of you saying things at the same time and communicating with me at the same time. Yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, it was so nice to interact with you all. Okay, yes. Good night. Good night and relax, revise. Everything is gonna be great. Okay, yeah. All right, bye. Good night.